Afternoon, Chris.
Afternoon.
A few days on now from the defeat against Sheffield United. You've probably had an opportunity to watch it back again. Is the feeling very much the same, frustration that we didn't do enough on the day?
Yeah. It was a difficult afternoon for us, no doubt. I think we were so keen to, show an improvement away from home, and conceding so early in the game was obviously the worst possible start and a really frustrating goal, which we've obviously spent a lot of time looking at and trying to correct in the days after the match where we went wrong. And then, when you want to then react and push on, you're 18 minutes later, or 18 minutes into the game as a red card. So it takes the game even further away from you. So. It was a tough afternoon, no doubt about it, for us, for obviously the fans that travelled up there, for everyone. It was a tough one because there was so much anticipation that we could, in a tough place, no doubt, try to make more of an impact than we have in recent away games. So, tough day, but this is the job, this is the life. You're going to get tested and challenged, and if you're going to be in a professional footballer or, in this industry, you're going to get that over a season. So that was one we have to bounce back from, definitely.
Will you be looking for a reaction on Boxing Day?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got 4 games in 10 days, so it's the perfect opportunity. I said to the players today, we all like training, but we love the games. So nothing more you want than games coming thick and fast. A lot of players are going to get opportunities on the pitch. This is our time now to show, really who we are, what we're about as a team. Bounce back from the disappointment, and I'm excited for the games, optimistic about what we can achieve, and can't wait for the Boxing Day match.
Having almost a week to prepare in between, will that be beneficial, do you think, to kind of right the wrongs of last weekend?
Yeah, I think time on the training pitch helps. Obviously, you reflect, you move on, you draw a line under it, and you move on to the next match. So we've had time. We've obviously time to prepare. It's an unusual week in the sense that it's Christmas, but we're professionals. We treat it as a working week, obviously. Prepare as we normally would do for a match, and then an early kick-off on Boxing Day. So we're going to have to be alive and sharp and ready to go.
Christoph Clara said after the game last weekend that we need to be stronger away from home mentally and physically. Is that something that you endorse? Yeah,
absolutely. I think Christoph is an outstanding individual, captain, leader, and if he said those words, then they're words that I completely agree with. I think we have the capability to be physically and mentally stronger in these challenging situations. I believe the players can display that, but if that's coming from within the dressing room, that shows you their position on it, where we need to be better in that sense. It's not all doom and gloom. You won't get that from me, no way, because we've shown what we're capable of at times this season, and I'm very optimistic about the games ahead. But you have to own it and take responsibility when you should have done better, and that's the type of players and team that I want.
With the disparity between the home form and the performances and results, is it fair to say that you've almost got some players who are maybe better suited to playing away than they are at home? Obviously, you can't just pick 2 different teams. That's no manager in the world is able to do that. But is it almost like profile a player better suited to away environments? Yeah,
possibly. And obviously there was an element of that in my selection and thinking for the Sheffield match, and it never quite got able to get fully tested because the game was really very, very difficult to claw back into after 18 minutes. But there may be a case for that. I think they're capable of home and away. We just haven't. If we'd have got 4 more points even away from home, then things would look incredibly more different in the league table, and the whole outlook probably. So it is fine margins at times. It needs to improve, no doubt about it. The away form, I've got no doubt in my mind that over a season's worth that will improve, obviously, and I know they're capable of it. So there's always going to be something. That's what I would say. Whether it's your home form, your away form, you can't score, you concede too many, or late goals, early goals, whatever it is. There's always a challenge to overcome in a season for every team, and this is the one that stands out for us right now. We have to embrace that and face it and overcome it. That's what the best teams do.
And with the January transfer window coming up, is that kind of come into your thinking with the away form and things like that, maybe a particular type of profile of player that you and the recruitment team might be looking at?
Yeah, definitely. So we do a lot of work, talking, preparing, analysing behind the scenes, and conversations well underway. I think it's fair to say that we had probably half a squad's worth of turnover again in the summer. So a lot of new faces. It's fair to say some have done better than others have. And also that we want to strengthen in January. I think there's clearly a case for that we can, like all clubs, you want to come out of every window stronger than when you went in. But, you know, from our point of view, we want to improve the sort of look of the team in different ways. And that's something that there's a lot of work now going on behind the scenes. And hopefully, you know, as time goes on, we can start to make inroads in that.
You mentioned earlier the 4 games in 10 days. Of course, it's never season defining, but how important are this next block of games, particularly for where we want to be come the end of the season?
Well, they're critical for us. For every team, 12 points available in 10 days it's a huge amount in the Championship. I don't think the competitive nature and the results will change across the league, because you see every week there's, you know, unexpected results, if you like, and it's difficult to call. All the games are tight. So from our point of view, full concentration on ourselves. 3 of the games are at home, 1's away. Just because we're at home doesn't mean we're automatically going to get a result. We have to go and, you know, earn that. But I feel we're in a good position. I think we haven't got maybe a fully available squad due to injuries and suspensions, but we've got enough players to go and tackle that 10-day period and go for it.
And a timely reminder to show people exactly what we're capable of as well, especially coming up against a couple of good sides in there, Coventry and Southampton, who have been in good form of late. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Derby been in good form of late, you say, as well. And first test starts with them. Watford, obviously Southampton, yeah, one of the better teams definitely in the league. Watford away, we know that'll be tough, and then obviously Coventry, who, you know, flying at the top of the league. So all different teams actually in style, and the type of each game might be a little bit different. So different challenges, but yeah, great opportunity for us. It's not going to be easy, it never is, but you have to look forward to it.
You mentioned different styles there. Will that be an opportunity for some players to come in and play that maybe haven't had the minutes recently?
Well, I'm fairly confident that every player in our squad will be on the pitch during those 10 days, because I don't see how we're going to manage it any other way. We don't have a fully available squad. That's the first point. But even the ones that we do, we're going to need everyone. So this is what you kind of work towards. I certainly do in my mind, is you keep a squad together, you keep training and keep fit and keep motivated, knowing that there's players that don't play a lot that are going to be needed at some point, and that the time is now. And that's why they work so hard behind the scenes, and they make themselves available and ready. So we're going to need everyone, and the strength of our squad will be tested to the max in the next couple of weeks.
I know a lot will be said about the away form, but it must be nice to be back playing at home in these next 3 out of the next 4 especially. Yeah,
well, as we said leading into Sheffield, our away form is poor, one of the poorer ones in the league, and our home form's one of the best in the league. So yeah, I love playing at St Andrews. I think we have to it's very important as a club, when you have a difficult run or a challenging time, to stick together. That's the most important thing. I think if it was always going to be plain sailing and easy, then that wouldn't be football. That wouldn't be real. It's never going to be like that. So I think stick together, we'll grow stronger from it. Let's, you know, St Andrews, there's no team in the land that looks forward to coming to St Andrews. And, you know, the hostility, the atmosphere, everything that, since I've been here, has been amazing. So we keep that, we've got a great chance.
We've had some really fast starts at home in recent weeks as well. Will you be looking for a positive start to the game and engage that home crowd again on Boxing Day?
Definitely. We need to start quickly. We need to start aggressively. That's when we're at our best. That's what we typically do at home. That will be our objective, to get the crowd into it, you know, push us on, and hopefully make a fast start.
Derby, Boxing Day, obviously another side who have got outside ambitions of the playoffs. What sort of challenge you're expecting from them? Obviously John Eustace is a manager who Blues fans will know well.
Yeah, obviously John Eustace is a good manager and a good team. They're very well organised, physical. I think they're a bit of a mixed style, I would say. They can play. They've got some good players that they can go a little bit more direct, set pieces, and defensively strong. From everything I've seen, they're the last team we haven't played, if you know what I mean, because it's our midway point of the season. So I've watched a lot of them when I've been looking at other teams in preparation. I've always thought they were really solid outfit. So there's going to be no surprises to me on that front, and we're going to have to start quickly. We're going to have to be strong physically in the duels, make sure that we really impose our game onto them. And yeah, a test, but we're looking forward to it.
Alex Cochrane obviously missed the game last weekend. How is he recovering? Is he any closer to being back involved? And how is James Beadle getting on in his recovery?
So Alex Cochrane is okay. He's moving in the right direction, but maybe not quite as quickly as we would have hoped. So we'll have to see how he goes in the next few days. James Beadle's moving in the right direction, very, very close. They're the two main ones. Kesh Anderson picked up a little bit of a knock in the previous match, so we'll have to see how he is. But Tommy Doyle's obviously suspension. But yeah, we're there's a few that are working behind the scenes, hopefully to get closer to it.
Thank you.